Welcome to Reread. We're on Book 11, the final book in the second story arc of the Young Jedi Knights. This one's called The Emperor's Plague. This one, oddly enough, is dedicated to the fans. And you think, and I wonder, did Anderson know they were going to get an extension for 3 more books at this time? I don't know if he did, because it seems like you'd thank the fans at the end of your run. In fact, he's saying, this is the end of our second run here. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for bringing all these characters to life. It kind of gives, the book kind of gives everyone a good ending. But at the same time, I'm thinking, did he not know? Because I think by the time the first story arc ended, they'd already gotten an extension. But this time, it sounds like, at least at that dedication, that this is the end. You know, this is the end. This is our second story arc. Boy, you guys really, you fans really poured out. Thank you so much. And usually you thank the fans at the very end when you think you're done. If he had 3 more books to go, if he knew that at the time, I don't think he would have thanked the fans. But, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe we wanted to thank him early. Either way, they find Raynor's dad, and he has the coordinates to the storehouse where the Emperor kept all these plagues. And they tell the backstory about why he went to hiding, because Nola, he found out why Nola needed this, and she wanted to kill all the humans, and of course he could not have that happen, so he went into hiding. Unfortunately, he also had some of the files on his computer, on his ship, which Boba Fett, or his daughter, they never say that, but later on I think they retconned it as his daughter. She scans the ship and finds the plans, or finds the location of the storehouse. And he tells the twins, yeah, but I think someone scanned my ship and took that information. Even though I self-destructed it, I think they found out the location. So then the twins race there. Of course, Boba Fett comes to Nola with the location of the storehouse, then collects his money, says, okay, we're done here. And then moves on, and of course, I think you kind of know where this is going, because it's a story that he had with Zek later on. You follow through with your client, even though you don't like them, and you may have double standards or what, you may have a bigger bounty, that you may go after. You got to stay true to this first client, and of course, that's obviously what Boba Fett's doing here. But at the end, they race to the storehouse. They decide to blow it up because it's got viruses from everywhere, even versions of the Krytos trap and everything. So that was really nice to get another callback to that series. But there's various plagues that affect various species, and with all this power, Nola could basically rule the galaxy, threatening any species. But at the end, actually turns out she just cares about the human plague vial. But anyway, meanwhile, the New Republic has heard back from the twins about how evil the Diversity Alliance is. They send people there to go look and inspect them and see if they're really that evil. And the Diversity Alliance is playing it cool. They're pretending everything's cool. They've kind of washed up their act because they knew the New Republic was coming. And because when the twins escaped, they automatically knew, uh-oh, New Republic's going to look into this. So during their investigation, of course, they find nothing until Loi's sister punches open a crate meant for medical supplies, but it actually has blaster packs. And then the whole place just erupts in blaster fire, where a senator, an alien senator, a Chandra takes a blaster and then falls over dead. And that's when one of the exiled, and I forgot to mention him because he's such a small character in the last book, but there's a former Twi'lek leader who's been ousted into the desert, and he was kind of surviving when the twins found him, and the twins rescued him, even though he wanted to die in the desert. But he gets back up, and he shows why he was in command at one time, and he calls peace to both arms and says, look, Diversity Alliance, you're killing it was alien versus alien crime, and alien crime, something you said you swore would never happen, but yet here it has. Where are we, and it gets everyone to talk sensible now. Now, meanwhile, Nola and some of her top henchmen are in the Plague Center trying to find the vial for the humans. Of course, Raynor's dad charges in there to try to take her out with a blaster, but through an earlier scuffle loses his blaster, doesn't have it. Someone else tries shooting at him. Raynor ducks, and the blaster bolt just ricochets everywhere, causing leaks in a few of the tanks. And Nola goes, you idiot, stop. There's more than just the human-killing plague in here. And of course, Raynor's dad is infected with the human plague and dies very quickly. Which is kind of a surprise. I did not realize that he had died. I guess I just forgot about that. The IG-88 shell of a robot shows up too late, but decides to rescue Raynor instead, because that's his dad's last command. Meanwhile, Nola has also been infected with some virus, and maybe for Twi'leks, maybe for aliens, we don't know, but she dies the next day. Rabba, who is Chewie's friend, but you know, is still strong with the Diversity Alliance, saves NOLA from the invasion when the tide's being turned, the Republic's just kicking the Diversity Alliance's booty. But NOLA wants to, because the twins ask Raba if they can help her, if they can save her. Can we help you because your ship's damaged? And so Raba's like, wow, even though I'm against them and I tried to kill them on Ryloth, you know, they still want to help me. So she's thinking maybe humans aren't that bad. But Nola's like, yes, accept them. Then we'll infect them too, and the human plague virus will spread now. And then Raba makes that Darth Vader decision from Return of the Jedi, looking at both of them, and goes, nope, you and I are going, because Raba can now feel she's getting sick. And so she hits hyperspace, they go into hyperspace. Later on we find out Nola died the next day of the virus. And Raba survived. Even though her fur fell out, she was really weak for a time, but she did survive. Now she's going to quarantine herself, and maybe one day she'll come back and see Lubaka when she feels it's safe and she feels the virus isn't in her. That was actually a really good story there. At the end, Lusa and Zek go ahead and rejoin the Academy. Well, Zek rejoins the Academy. Lusa signs up to the Academy because the Diversity Alliance she was with tried to kill her in the last book. Maybe I should have mentioned that. Maybe it was this book. I can't remember. But they tried to kill her. No, it was the last. Can't remember. They tried to kill her. That's all I remember. One of these books. But either way, she's done with the Diversity Alliance. She wants to be a Jedi, so they both join at the same time. Raynor completes his lightsaber, so now he's joining the ranks of the rest of the young Jedi Knights there. And there was another interesting one here. Oh, yeah. Raynor makes his lightsaber. That's it. Oh, and Tenoka kisses Jason. That's why I think this is the end. Because she kisses Jason, and Jason's like speechless, and they all kind of laugh and everything. And, you know, they say, I guess whatever's ahead of us, we'll take it on one at a time. And, you know, Tenoka says, this is a fact, you know, like that. So it feels like it's another ending. Like the first book was kind of an ending too, but this one does feel like the end. So I don't think Kevin Janderson realized until after this book was finished that they were going to be commissioned to write 3 more. Now, overall, I love the Diversity Alliance storyline better than the Shadow Academy. When I first read these, I thought Shadow Academy is great, Diversity Alliance okay, third one better. No, right now, Diversity Alliance is winning. Like I said, a lot of strong continuity connections with the rest of the Bantam novels, and just overall, a really good story. A really good story, better than the Shadow Academy. So, yeah, good stuff. Loved it. Can't wait to read the next story arc next time.